Hello, I'm Lady A, the real Lady A. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I am an entertainer, storyteller, vocalist, producer, and activist, as well as a mentor in the music community.
Okay.
I work with Rhapsody Project and Northwest Blues in the Schools for Washington Blues Society in ensuring that we have Black and BIPOC folks have voices for the music that we create. I'm an activist in my community in so much as I want to see the right things done by every human being, but especially in our Black community, because Black lives do matter. And until they show up as if they really do, we're going to continue to say it. To do the right thing, we wake up every day making choices. I tell the kids that I mentor and adults, I tell people, hatred, racism is a learned behavior. It's a behavior. Kids don't grow up being racist. They don't grow up being bigoted. They're not born with hatred in their heart. They're not. It's learned. It's what they hear at home. It's what they hear at school, what they're taught. And so I think what we are witnessing is a learned behavior, because it's coming out even more, from white supremacists, from people who think that they are losing power in the world, not just a community, in the world. And we see this more and more. The South Carolina 9, and then now we've got the Buffalo, New York 10. That doesn't make sense. You know, it is, to me, it's the new way of lynching Black folks. And we need to really, we as Black people can't really do anything about it. When we get ready to fight back, that wouldn't be at all nice. People ask me, sometimes they'll say, are you, why do you believe in God? Why are you a Christian? And first thing I said, you better be glad I do. Because if I didn't, my natural instinct is to fight back. My natural instinct, we are not our ancestors. My natural instinct is to fight. But I do believe that there are good people in the world. And I believe that we need to do better by one another. We can wake up with a choice every day to do better. I had something happen to me the other day where a white man came and banged on my window because he thought I was blocking traffic, but it was actually the man in front of me, a white man in front of me. Why didn't he confront the white man was my question to him. Why didn't you confront him? And I got out of my car. I'm not afraid. So I got out of my car and said, so why didn't you confront him? Why would you confront me and bam on my window? That's a choice. He made a choice. And I made a choice to respond. And my response is to ask you a question. Why did you feel it necessary to knock on my window and not the person in front of me who was actually blocking the traffic? He didn't have an answer. That's hatred for no reason. So when we wake up every day, we need to make a conscious choice to be kind, to help those that we can help when we can. It doesn't matter who you are. I wake up every morning feeling blessed. I'm blessed every day. Every day I open my eyes. But what happens to me during the day can alter everything. But that's a choice. If I choose to let it alter how I am, then sometimes you can go down a dark path. And I think some of us do that on a daily basis. So we can just do better. Do better by, just being kinder to people, no matter what they say. Something happened in this very hotel yesterday. Yes. Where people don't want to seat you in a hotel and give you an excuse as to why. And then have to come back and say, we were in a restaurant and there were 5 Black people. And, the hostess said, oh, I'm sorry, we're full. I'm looking at an empty restaurant. And I didn't say anything I wanted to. My band knows me. But my drummer, who's a producer and also a pastor that keeps us grounded, said, we drove all the way from Seattle just so we could come to this restaurant. And then, and he kept saying it. Whereas me, I wanted to say something else, but I didn't. I chose to keep my mouth shut because I didn't want it to affect the rest of the day. We had such a blessed day driving down here. And then she turned around and said, well, can you be done by 6:45? And we said, sure. It was 5 o'clock. So to show you how people act, then she came to our table. We were having a great time. She came to our table and she said, oh, the party that was coming, they're not coming, they canceled. Okay. We didn't thank you, and went about having our dinner, and the place was still empty. There were maybe 3 other couples in there. And then she came back while we were enjoying our dinner and having a great time. The service was fantastic. But then she came back and said, oh my gosh, because she had to cover her lie. And she said, you won't believe this. I just had 20 cancellations. So no, I wouldn't believe it. No, I wouldn't believe it. But thank you for coming over and letting us know. We're having a wonderful time. We tipped very well, and we went on about our business because we chose not to confront her, nor to allow her to believe that we believe that lie she just told. So we can all do better. And it's in the choice we make in the situation that we're in. I could have said, no, I don't believe a doggone word you said. I didn't. I just said, no, we don't believe that, but we thank you so much. We can't believe it. And we smiled, all of us. So it's a choice. And then we had a great time. I'm not going to allow other people to continue to, I think we each make a choice. That's why my album is called Satisfied. We're very conscious about what we write and what we say. I'm not the typical blues singer. I'm hoping to share a message. So Satisfying is a song about making your life satisfying for you. You, your family, your community. What can I do to make sure that my life is satisfying so that I can enjoy my life? We're not here forever, so I don't want to spend my life being upset and in turmoil. I do want people to do the right thing, though. Don't take my kindness for weakness, kind of thing. So we can all do better,
Even though you killed him with kindness. 100%.
Yeah, you can kill some people with kindness. Some people you just want to kill. But we can't do that because I don't look good in orange. So I can't go to jail. But some people you can kill with kindness. I think the lady that we ran into yesterday, we killed her with our kindness. We did. She was very shocked. But had it been 5 years ago, I probably would have turned her, cussed her out, turned her every which way but loose, and made her feel guilty all at the same time. But what good does that do me? She's not gonna forget that, and she's not gonna forget that we were very, very nice at saying, no, we don't believe that, but thank you so much. Because I'm not gonna allow you don't insult our intelligence. That's my thing. Kindness is the best way to go. I try. I do my best. I had so many people since I've been here say, one gentleman said this morning, oh my gosh, I haven't seen that hairdo since the 70s. And then another lady that, somebody said yesterday, we were having dinner, they said, oh, you're such a happy people. Because we were, we're just, It's okay though. It's okay. Because I think we as Black people, for one, we're used to it. It's how you choose to react to certain things. We're a happy people. Of course we're happy. If you're not happy, that's on you. It's a choice. It's a lifestyle. Absolutely. So happiness is a lifestyle. It's my lifestyle. Well, again, I hope that the audience received a message from the songs, like Satisfying, like the song You Just Gotta, which was written by John Oliver III that we sang. That song he wrote for suicide prevention, because we were seeing all these young people committing suicide, during COVID. And he wrote that song, and I think it's very impactful. The song Honey Hush was about my grandmother. It's a true story. I write I write songs that have a story to them, and I hope, even though they're fun, and you might think that they're fun, there's a message to it. The song we sang, Do You Want to Ride? Roz wrote that song during COVID. And because people were isolated from one another, it makes sense to write songs that will have an impact on people. So we hope that that's what some of the songs that we sang did. They're fun, they're good to dance to, but what did you actually get from the song itself? Did you listen to the lyrics? I'm a lyric person. I don't just listen to music to listen to it. I listen for lyrics. What are you saying in those lyrics? Because everybody has a story to tell. I think we as a society need to start listening more communicate more. You understand people better if you sit down and have a conversation with them. Did I say it again?
Sundown?
Oh, yeah. It's not just here. You know, it's the only place I don't really have problems is in Europe. But I'm sure that it is. It's just because I don't live there. But I think that wherever we go, there are some places that are better than others, and there are some places that are worse. I mean, I've gone. My bass player and I have gone places, and they told us we couldn't stay in the hotel, and that was in Oregon. Now that I think about it, it was in Oregon, in Oahu. So, you know, where they told us we couldn't stay in the hotel. They didn't have our reservation, kind of thing. And then miraculously, you know, somebody says something and we get a room. But then what makes you want to stay there? I think that, I'm not a person who shies away from a conversation. So I think you have to have a conversation. You know, why can't I stay here? Because, I mean, you're going to tell me why, you know. When we do run into it, I get upset about it, but again, I have to choose what I'm going to say. Sometimes I walk away and let the band handle it because I know my mouth can get me into trouble. And it's not even so much being in trouble as I can hurt somebody's feelings. And I choose not to do that anymore. I used to do that a lot. You know, I can hurt your feelings. I choose not to hurt your feelings. I want you, if you want to live in your ignorance, I'm going to let you live there. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Some people, you gotta let them go. I can pray for you, like my mama said. I can pray for you from over there. I think that I don't think that this is a black issue, and I keep saying this. I used to run a discussion panel called "The Truth Is Loud," and it was for white allies, strictly, because the white supremacist behavior that is happening in America is a white problem. It's not a black, brown, Asian. It's not our problem. Do we have, you know, black folks that dislike white people? Yes, but for a reason. So, you know, do we have Asians who dislike black people? Yeah, probably for reasons. So, but this country has had a long-standing period of hatred towards black people, especially black people. We see Native Americans getting reparations, Jewish people getting reparations. Everybody else is being given reparations except black folks, when you really think about it. But we are self-sufficient and we know how to rise. We have continued to do. So I think the discussion has to be had with white folks. White folks need to talk amongst themselves. They need to talk to their neighbors, their kids, when they see the behavior, their family members, you know, they need to have that discussion. Do not pull us in because we're tired. I'm exhausted talking about racism. I am. And I'm on a race and social justice panel at my job. I've been working in race and social justice for years. In my community, I speak up when there are things happening. But we're exhausted from it. That's the song, Do You Want to Ride? I tell people they need self-care. Anybody working in race and social justice, if you're a black, brown, indigenous person, you need to do self-care. So, but I think the real issue is that white people need to talk to white people. They need to figure out how they can change the behavior. And then don't expect us to come save you, because we can't. Because you're gonna make mistakes and that's okay, but you need to figure out how to right those mistakes. Because we've lived with how to assimilate and work around you and get what we want for years. So now you need to figure those things out. You've relied on us for too long to build your houses, take care of your children, you know, clean, build communities, build buildings, you know, all these things. We're creative people, we are inventors. So I think the conversation needs to happen, and I encourage white people to talk to each other. If you don't know the question, ask. And if you have to ask a black person, just make sure that you're not invading our space too much. Go read a book, Google it, it's out there. You know, sometimes I don't mind, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm like, I'm exhausted from it. I don't want to answer your question. I want you to go make an earnest effort to make change in your life, because we make change every day. So That conversation needs to be had amongst themselves, their families, and their communities. And let us do what we do. Because they copy everything we do anyway. Think about it. You know? And I'm not saying that trying to be like we're above anybody. I'm just saying it's truth. It's the truth. For as much as they hate us, we sure get copied a lot. You know, and I'm not saying all white people, I'm just saying most. Because it's not all, it's most. So let's stop beating around the bush and trying to tiptoe around the white folks who are allies, because those allies are the ones who need to talk to those folks. We really need them to step up. We really need change in government. We need change in how people think, because we're big on, what America's big on is talk. And talk is cheap. Everything else is, irrelevant, because you can talk a good game, you can talk about diversity, you can talk about how much you want change, but then you don't change anything. You just wrap the same old stuff in a new package and call it something else. And all it is new slavery, new, jails, new slavery, moving us out of our communities, new genocide. It all just continues to move. That's why we need to have our own wealth. That's why I have my own band. I have an all-black band. Does that always get me the gigs that I want? No. But I don't settle either. I don't settle for anything that anybody just wants to give me. And my band has worked hard. We've worked hard for years. So you have to make a choice. I tell people, I have this little sign that sits on my desk that says, know your worth, then add tax. I would tell my younger self, have more confidence in yourself. Believe in what you want to do and don't listen to other people. Surround yourself, and this is what I tell my kids that I mentor. Surround yourself with people who pray for you, people who support you, and people who believe in what you want to do. Because anybody else is just a hater. And you're not going to be successful. Even if you have to go by yourself, go. And that's what I would tell my younger self, because I think that, I didn't get a whole lot of confidence in what I do until my late 40s. And I had been singing for years, but I was just singing. I didn't really have that confidence to do what I want to do, to make choices that I wanted to make that would be good for me. So you need to know exactly, if you don't know, I hang out around with older people. Hang out with some old people. Don't forget your seniors, because they have a lot of wisdom. And that's one thing I got, is I did get wisdom. I just was afraid to step out there. But I would tell myself that. Have more confidence and go for it. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's Isaiah 57. I say it every single day. I play it every single day. You have to believe it. I wake up every morning saying I'm blessed. Find an affirmation that's for you and say it to yourself every single day. When I was going through, my trial with the band Who Shall Remain Nameless, that was really hard. It's the hardest thing that I've ever done. And there were times when I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it. But I woke up every day saying, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, until I believed it in my soul. And I woke up every morning saying, I'm blessed. And I woke up every morning believing it in my soul, until I believed it for real. I put affirmations. I have pillows that say blessed in my house. I have little signs on my refrigerator or in my home in different places that my affirmation is, I am blessed. And I am. Do things go right 24/7? No, but I can make lemonade out of lemons. So that's it. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Your life will be a whole lot easier when you believe what you say about you. And I believe what I say about me. I love me. I love God. I love the people around me. I have a circle of friends and a circle of people and family that pray for me, that support me, that keep me grounded when I get out there, I think that's important. Find that affirmation that you can say to yourself every day until you believe it and it gets in your soul, and your life will change. No matter what you're going through, it will change.
Wow.